All right, what's up, folks? Today is December the 2nd, 2024. So I'm just going to do a quick little video, and I probably won't even get to the end of it here, but I'm just on the development environment coding, so I figured I'd invite you guys along just to kind of see what I'm doing. But let's see. Let me open up the coding environment. So the idea here today is that I want to add some account checks to my programs. Okay, so I've got a few strategies that I'm planning to automate tomorrow. Fingers crossed. And again, there's not really that many entries or anything that pops up even on a daily basis. But so most of these are on the 5-minute time frame. But I need to have multiple account checks and bracket orders and everything put in so that I can make sure that the account has protection orders on it, as well as it can truly automate with entering only when there's certain measures set for amount of equity or cash balance, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to drag some stuff over from the toolbox, and then I will take it from the designer generated code, and then I will be able to copy and paste that into my scripts. So right now I'm on the simulated account. So let me go ahead and pull up one of the windows for programming. Okay, so let's do this as a show me. And then we're just going to call this account check template. All right, so account check template. All right, so, and one of the things, typically what I'll do is I record in the morning, or record at least the morning hours, market open for the US session. But you see here, right before the market kind of moved up, that we had this nice large spike of ask for the inside market. And then when we get up here to the top, I don't know what happened right around 7:30 there, but we get toward the top here and we have this another huge spike in the inside market ask, right? And so if we look at the 5-minute time frame, what did that do at the top? That was that here or here? Nope, that was here. So you do your global positioning, and so that was the top there, right? So huge inside ask orders, right? So again, looking at just chart patterns, you can see a lot of stuff going on, right? But to be able to see inside the market what's going on with the ticks, what's going on with the ask size, all that kind of stuff, you have a little bit more of appreciation of what's actually going on with the market. But anyway, neither here nor there. So what I'm talking about is I finally have a few scripts put together, and they are here. So I've got 4. I want to put together one more. This is looking back at least 50 days or so. I know some people run it back multiple days, 200 days or something like that. But so this is just a 50-day look back period. Here's my first script, 5-minute time frame. Here's my second script, 5-minute time frame. I don't think I like this one as good. This one has 45% win rate, 2.2 profit factor. This one has 4 profit factor with 66% win rate. This one's on a 1-minute time frame. Here's a performance graph. And that one is 63% win rate. I want my win rates to be over 60%, so that's kind of what I'm shooting for there. And then the profit factor, I do want those to be over like 2 or 2.1 or so. So 2.52, that's pretty good. And then here, this last one, this performance curve. And I understand that not everything is going to be straight up. We're not going to have, there will be losses. There will be losses along with the wins. But and this one here, I've got to figure out something different for the sessions, because this one here, this is at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I think this one, I thought this one exited the position when the market opened up again. But so anyway, there is a thing with, like when we had Thanksgiving and that kind of thing, when you have holidays, market holidays, when the market closed early, you see here the market closed at 1:15, 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something like that. So anyway, typically my strategies will say that we can only take trades if we are within a certain time period, and if we are at the end of the market day, so around 3:45 or something like that, then we want to flatten all the orders. So if we flatten all the orders, then we need to flatten the orders at a certain time of the day. And if you are actually after the market ends, then you're going to lose your potential. You will be you will be outside the market, right? So for futures, that could be a problem, because you are then you're not in the intraday margin rates, right? So if you're in the intraday margin rates, then for a micro contract of ES, you only have to have like $130 in your account, right? But for trading after hours, you need to have $1,000 in your account or something like that. So anyway, let me move on to the account checks, so I can put account checks on all these strategies. All right, so I don't know. So I'm going to open up. I've got a Microsoft Word file that I've been taking notes on. So these are the account checks that I want. Just comment those out. So I want one to make sure that I'm in the correct time frame, that I'm exercising, or I'm looking at the minimum balance, that I have not exceeded the maximum daily loss, that I currently have a flat position, and that's only because right now I'm just trading the micros, so I'm only looking to enter a position when I don't have a position on. So I want to see that I'm in a flat position. And then that last one there is going to be the no open order. So that's going to be the one that gets a little wow. All right, so the first one, let's go for the correct time frame. So and I don't know if I want to make these in separate methods or all in one method. I think I'm going to go with all one method. Check. Like I said, I'm just going to eventually just drag this over to copy and paste this over to my other strategy. So everything that I put in here won't necessarily look just like this. All right. Toolbox. Well, let's see, for the account check. Count time. Come on. Time start. Put 9:45. I account time in the. Let's go 15:30. We're gonna start there. So if time is greater than I account time start and time less than or equal to I account time in, then tell you what, I'm just going to make this a running condition, like a running chain. So I'm going to put and here, and then I'll put my next condition here. So the next condition, so we got this one. Done. Minimum balance. Minimum balance, we're going to use the account checks. So we'll come over here. Provider. Properties. True to load it. It's called AP. Accounts, we can actually put the account. I tell you what, let's go ahead and make that an input too, because like I said, I'm tired of having my system, my strategies and everything not be exactly what I want it to be. I want to spend a little bit of time and get everything just right. All right, so I account. And for my sim account, it happens to be sim 237. I think it's 237.87. And to find the account, open up an active trading space. 237.47.89. All right, count times and that, and we're gonna say that we need a minimum I account minimum. I'm gonna put $300. Like I said, there's the micro account. Okay. Account minimum $300. So to now reference the accounts provider, we just type AP dot account, and you really need to figure out which account you're on. So you either hit the hard bracket, and then you see there's one of two. One of two is talking about the index. So you're gonna have a list of accounts. So you're gonna have account 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever the case may be, all the accounts that you have. But if you want to reference an account specifically, then you need to put the account name. So if I hit the down arrow, it'll say what is the string account ID. So what is the account ID's name, the string name. This is the string here. So we'll put I account, and that is a string, so that's fine like that. And then with a dot, and then we'll say what is the real-time cash balance. All right, so we're querying whether or not the account that we're actually trading, our futures account, the real-time cash balance, is greater than or equal to the account minimum that we set. I account min. And now our next thing is going to be, all right, so we got the minimum balance done. Dunsies. All right, now the maximum daily loss. Okay, so there's going to be a couple considerations that you can do here. So one is the fact that you can hold stuff overnight, right? So if you're holding something overnight, then I believe that will interfere with your daily P&L. I don't know exactly how it interferes with it, but I believe that wherever you are, profit or loss as the day comes to an end, that number just disappears. And then wherever the new session starts in at, that's where you're going to start recording your profit and loss for that day. So because I'm not holding anything overnight, I don't have to worry about that. So right now I'm just going to be looking at the account profit loss for the day. All right, so I'm going to do AP again, account, I account, dots, and then profit loss. Real time, realized profit loss. Because again, as we're about to take a trade, now we're looking at, and we're checking all of the account settings. We're checking all of these conditions. Okay, so at that point, we should not have anything unrealized, because the way I'm doing it currently is that I'm only taking trades when I don't have any trades on, right? So as things progress, then yes, I'll be able to take more. I'll be able to take trades while I actually have other positions on. But for right now, I'm just doing one trade at a time. All right, so we can do real time or what is it? Real time. Realize profit loss. Because like I said, we'll have it realized because there will be nothing unrealized. We won't have any open positions, right? Okay, so the real-time realized P&L is profit loss. So now one of the things to consider is that this is going to be a negative number, right? So, well, your loss is negative. So we need to say that our loss has got to be greater than or equal to max loss. Max loss. Max loss. We're gonna set. All right, I don't want to lose any more than. Again, we're doing micros, so if we consider what 4 points, 6 points, 530, we'll call it 30, and then that'll be what 10% of the count. All right, or 10% of the bottom of the count. Okay. All right, so got the daily loss. Dunsies. Flat position. So now for flat position, we will go to the. I think we can use orders provider, but positions provider probably give us a quick review. Positions provider. We don't need anything for accounts or symbols. We do want to load it. Okay, so positions provider dot. And I think here, instead of using account, we'll use data. I'll tell you what, we'll use account. Position provider dot accounts. String accounts. Index the string. Okay, so this is just going to give us the account name. Pretty sure I thought it was data. Data. Positions provider. Actually, let's do try position. Try position, and then hit the down arrow, and you'll see that in order to try position, so you're going to try your accounts to see if it has this position on. What is the position? We're looking for this symbol, and we're looking for this account. Okay, so for whatever symbol that we're currently trading, and I'm actually going to put symbol in there too. Symbol and account. Only reason why, if symbol, so try position will return null if there's no position on. Otherwise, it will return, I don't know what it returns. I think it returns the object. Okay, so if try position equals null, that's what we want. Okay, so the symbol, I'm gonna input the symbol as well. So the symbol is going to be symbol. I'm just gonna put the symbol, and I'm typically trading ES, so I'm just gonna put ES like that. Okay. You can't trade that symbol though. The reason why I'm looking at this is because I want to keep this. Okay, I want to keep this on at ES only because it's a 5-minute time frame, and so the 5-minute time frame allows me to go back, multiple days because this is a continuous contract, right? So that I can look and back test and that kind of thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting it on ESZ, which is ES. Z is for the current contract for December, and then 24 ESZ 24, which you see right here, ESZ 24. I can put it on the 1-minute time frame because it doesn't go back that far into the past. All right, for like the 5-minute or the higher time frames, I want to put it on at ES so I get that continuous contract, so it doesn't interfere with my back testing. Only because if you put ESZ24 and it's only for like the December contract or the end of the year, then if you put it back, like going back testing a year's worth of time, well, ESZ24 didn't really, I don't say it didn't exist, but there's no volume, there's nothing happening there, right? And so it would interfere with your back test. But if you use a continuous contract, then you don't have that problem. I like to leave this as continuous contract here, but yet it will trade ESZ24. So I think in order to do that, I'm just going to put, instead of here ES, we'll put ESZ24. And that way, what will be traded will be the symbol ESZ24. And I can leave this on at ES. And I can leave this on ESZ24 also, but it's going to trade not this per se, it's going to trade this. Okay, so we'll leave that there and we'll change this to sim. Okay, and so we got the flat position. And then no open orders. Now the no open orders is one that I'm gonna have to come back around to, because there is a flow chart that says whether or not you have open orders. So pretty much you go to like toolbox, and then I will go ahead and open this. I'll work on this one later. OP, all that, and put false there. So if we put and, it'd be like OP dot. So this would be, there's a couple ways to do this. And Steve made a suggestion, Snags, he made a suggestion that, you know, I just use an orders provider and then do a filter that says, all right, well, we're going to filter out all the open orders. So we go to states and then we filter out all of the field and canceled. So we only want to then have the open order states right here, right? So the open order states here, which would be like sending or stuff like that. So if we have stuff here, if we have filters here and it stays in this collection of our orders provider, then we want to know that that collection is empty, because we don't want there to be any open orders, right? So orders provider, yeah, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to use this right now, only because when I've used this in the past, when I've tried this in the past, even working with different states, it didn't update perfectly, and there were some errors, or maybe it's just my misunderstanding, but either way, it would get hung up and then it would not allow me to take orders. It would not allow me to take positions because it was still saying that something was open when it wasn't. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here. But if I did something, it'd be something like op dot data dot let's see, data of index 0. So just whatever the most recent order is, dot, we'll do state is equal to like closed or something like that. So I just right click that, and then it allowed me to pull up this this TradeStation help. And so we go down to state, right here, state, order state, click on that. And then so these are the different orders, but canceled is an end state. Cancel pending would be open. Expired is an end state. Filled is an end state. Partially filled, I think that's considered open. Partially filled, you're out. I think it's open. Queued is open. Received is, I think that's closed. Rejected is, I think that's closed. So like I said, I need to pull up the flow chart and see if I can figure out what to put here. All right, but for the time being, we're just going to put that the thing is field 8 equals 8. Okay, so if we're in the right time and we are greater than the account minimum and we have not dropped below the max loss and we don't have a position currently on, and orders provider, like I said, this is one that we have to come back to. We need to update this. Okay, all right, if all these, then I'm gonna put a flag safe to trade equals true. That's all we're doing today. Okay, so again, like when you know, if we are on one of our strategies or something like that, and then we do have something that says, you know, blah blah blah, then take trade equals true, right? So then if we have this being true, we'll just put if condition 1, which is whatever our strategy is, then take trade will equal to true. So now we'll come back and we'll say if take trade and, you know what, we'll make this a return. We'll return a boolean. So instead of putting void, like you're not doing anything, we're going to return a boolean. We could return a string or an integer or anything like that. We're going to return a boolean, a true false. So then safe trade, then return true, else return false. Okay, so if take trade, if we're getting our signal to trade, if take trade and X account check, and you don't have to put equals true, you just put X account check. So if that's true and that's true, because once this is true, now it'll continue on the sentence or the expression, and so now it'll check for this. So if this is true, it'll come and look for this. If this is true, then trade or whatever, or to be something more like OT, which would be an order dot send. Send the order. Okay. That being said, these are my account checks. I like those. Next thing what I'll do, and I'm not going to do this right now, I'm actually about to get out of here, but next thing I want to do is I want to work on my order tickets. So I'm just going to pretty much copy and paste my order tickets as well. Okay, so I need a entry order, name, bracket order, and name. The order sends order to join them together. All right, and that's pretty much it. I think I may need some inputs. To or variables. Inputs or variables. Inputs or variables to modify or update orders before That's just because once I do a copy and paste of all these orders and all these account checks and that kind of thing, I do want to make sure that I have, um, like, so for instance, the bracket order. So the entry order was pretty much going to be a market order, right? Unless I change it to being a limit order or something like that. But the bracket order, when it comes to having the correct stop loss or the profit target, this needs to be adjusted. And some of my strategies will adjust those based on the average true range. Some of them will adjust them based on a certain number. Like if you look here, I'll go to edit studies here, strategies. This one currently has input values, a top take profit margin of 1.2 and stop loss of 0.75. But this is a modifier. This is pretty much like a percentage of the average true range. So my take profit margin would say $50 times average true range of 7 candles times 1.2, right? So that 1.2 in there will needs to give me the correct price level for my bracket order. Otherwise, otherwise not taking any proper orders. So I even though I have all this together, I still have some work to do to make sure that I can have a place that I can modify those fairly quickly without adjusting the scripts too much. But anyway, as for the time being, I'm gonna comment this out because those are things I gotta work on, and I'll come back and look at this later. Hopefully I get something up and running for tomorrow. Okay, all right, so no errors. All right, so we are good to go. Get out of here. Guys, hope you have happy, safe green day trading. All right, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.